Hello, everyone. Rand here, starting out working on the 2010 here today. Want to finish putting that decal on. I was working on their last video, and that's this one here, the raise and lower for the 3-point linkage there. That one goes right there. I was working on cleaning that area off. Oh, that's right. I was going to see if I can do something with this one here too. So maybe see if I can clean that one off. Again, unfortunately, I don't think the one I have for this matches the shift pattern on this tractor, but my plan is once I get those decals on, I'm going to fire this tractor up. And we'll see once what the shift pattern actually is like, if I can tell anyway. I don't know. We'll try to find out. And then we also got a bucket that needs to be worked on here. I don't know if we'll get to that here today or not. We'll see once. That's probably going to involve a lot of welding. At the very least, maybe we'll start grinding on it. But I've actually got a tire out here that needs to be fixed first. So we're probably going to do that. Okay, everyone, and there we go. Got a new one on there. That looks a lot better. Got a new one on here as well. That also looks a lot better. No new one there. That doesn't look so good, but oh well. Again, if we don't have that sticker, we don't have it. By the way, I did look at a couple different decal sets that were available. Seemed like they were all wrong. There might have been some right ones out there, but a lot of the ones I looked at, they were all wrong, at least as far as the shift pattern that this tractor has anyway. So I think we're all set here. We're going to take it out for a quick spin. And, yeah, we'll see once how she runs here a minute. Well, maybe I better fix this here first before we fire this tractor up. Oh, that's a lot of fuel. Interesting. Not entirely sure what happened that caused this all of a sudden, because this, I just happened to notice here, everyone, it's like, I noticed a slight puddle right here. It's like, I don't remember seeing a puddle here before. It leaks in the front with the power steering, and it leaks slightly in the back there with probably the rocker arm assembly, which I found out, by the way, if you leave it down, that helps a lot. Just leave it down, and then it doesn't leak quite so much. Yeah, new wet spot here. Like, maybe I better investigate where this is coming from. Took me a few seconds here, kind of looking around. It's like, where's that coming from? I could see it was wet here. Okay, it's like, wait a minute. Got to be coming. The only thing here is the carburetor, so it's like, yeah, it just loosened up this this clamp here, and yeah, wow. Talk about some fuel. I don't know how much fuel's in there, because that's not good. Maybe I better shut this fuel off here a minute. Something definitely went wrong here. I don't know what happened. The only thing I did, I think I mentioned this, was it last video? Yeah, the carburetor here. I adjusted the carburetor based on that setting there with the main fuel jet and the idler here. So I just adjusted that, and that's, just a screwdriver, and that one you can turn by hand. That's all I did with that carburetor. So why? That, by the way, for those who wonder what causes that is a sticking float. That is a float there that causes that problem. So we're definitely going to have to investigate that. Wow, there's a lot of fuel in there. My goodness. Okay. Well, I think about the only thing we could do here at this point is pull that carburetor back off and tear it apart. So let me do that here a minute, and we'll see what we got in there. Now, only if I had a good way of cleaning up this fuel here. Yes, of course. And that easily, we got the carburetor back off here. I declare I'm getting an expert at taking this carburetor off this tractor. I've only taken it off, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. Okay, 2 or 3 dozen times now, something like that now. Okay, maybe not that many times. It's been off probably at least, 10, 20 times now. Between myself and a couple others taking it off. So yeah, anyway, got the carburetor off, split it apart here, dumped the fuel that was in there out. And basically, when you have fuel coming out of the carb like that, there's really only one thing it can be, and that is, well, there's a couple things it can be, but it's fuel in the carb is controlled by the float here, and there's essentially a valve right here that is controlled by this float floating that turns the fuel on and off. So either the float isn't floating, which means it would not actuate the valve, or the valve is leaking. Pretty much one of those two. Now, considering this is all new here, it shouldn't be, but clearly something is not right. It could be this was just stuck. That does happen every now and then. I have seen that before. We used to have an old Massey Ferguson 135, a Massey Ferguson 135. We just happened to come in the barn one day, and it was literally sitting in a pool of gasoline. Not cool. Not cool at all. We took the carburetor apart, checked it, didn't see anything wrong, put it back together, never leaked again after that. So, you know, presumably the float just got stuck, and, yeah, it proceeded to piss out half a tank of gasoline on the floor around it. Wonder what that says about Massey Ferguson. Anyway, not going there at this time. So, yeah, like I said, it's brand new, so it shouldn't be leaking here. But let me investigate this a little further here, see if we can figure anything out. Okay, well, everyone, I don't see anything wrong here, which I guess is good. I don't know. Not maybe good, though, either in the way that, you know, if there's nothing wrong, what was wrong. Just checking the floats here, make sure they're adjusted properly. They're supposed to be a 1/4 inch, and I figured, well, you know what, easiest way to check that, grab a 1/4 inch bolt, stick them under there, and you can see that actually is probably a little more than a 1/4 inch. And then same thing on, get this one in here as well. Same thing on that side as well. They're both maybe like a 1/16 of an inch more or so. If anything, they should probably be pushed down just a little bit. But I guess once you put a little pressure on there, then they actually are about right. So I think we're going to call that that good. I'm going to put it back together here, put it back on the tractor, and we'll see what happens. Okay, we got the carburetor back on here. I left it on for probably, I don't know, about 20 minutes or so with this open, just so I could look inside there, make sure everything was dry. I don't see any fuel forming in there or appearing in there this time. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to fire the tractor up, take it for a spin, and then maybe when we're done with that, maybe I'll pop that back off, make sure it's still dry in there. And if it is, maybe we're good. So yeah, let's fire it up here and take it for a spin. Seems like she's running pretty good here. Looks like my GPS is pointing in the wrong direction though. So yeah, let's give this a try here for our gears. So we're going to go into first gear here. Okay, slow. This is supposed to be, you can't read it anymore. It's supposed to be second. That's definitely faster. Now this should be third. Is this faster than we were going? I would say so, yes. And then 4. Oh yeah, that's definitely faster. And then this should be 5. Yeah, okay, faster yet. I think we're following the progression here, everyone, just like I thought it was. It is continuous gearing here. That's definitely moving. Oh my, through the mud. Oh, the fresh paint too yet. Man. And that should be 7 then, right? I'm not trying the reverse gears because obviously I know those are, you know, low, middle, and high speed reverse. Oh yeah, now we're definitely moving. Okay, so I'm going to say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's not unfortunately going to match up with the label I have. That's kind of too bad. I guess I could always put it on there. That really mess with someone. Oh, let's see what's here. Yeah, let's go. How about here? That's probably good speed. Running a lot better too, by the way, with that car. position. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. And of course the governor, I think, is kind of wonky on this as well. You notice the throttle here, you know, the throttle position's here, no change. And it's probably right about here somewhere also it's going to pick in. Yep, there it goes. So there's like a dead zone here with the throttle, which, like I said, I'm assuming that's got to be governor related. I don't know. And yes, I'm just doing circles here for those who wondered. Right over the bullet hole there. I want to say she's purring like a kitten there. Seems to be, oh, there's a little bit of a miss maybe, but seems to be quite happy at the moment. Yeah, look at that mud. Mud on my fresh new paint. Come on now, ridiculous. Oh well. Okay, we're moving on to the second project for the night here. Somehow I managed to break the shield off of my grinder here. This is the collar that goes on the grinder, and then that goes on the shield like so. Somehow I managed to break that off, so we're going to see if we can weld that back on. This isn't particularly thick, but oh well. Yeah, just a Harbor Freight grinder here. But I figure I might want this grinder for that project. This is my big 9-inch grinder. This thing is a beast. So yeah, we'll see if we can weld that back on here. Hopefully that'll go okay. Okay, well, I think that'll do the job here. I was hoping to get to more tonight, but yeah, I wasn't planning on working on the carburetor on there. So that took a little bit longer than I thought. So I think we're going to wrap this video up. Comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.